Hey y'all, what's good, beautiful people? It's your girl Tay, and I'm here yet again with another update video. So definitely make sure you guys smash that like button, comment down below, subscribe, plus push your post notification bell button so that way anytime I upload a video, you will be notified. So, you guys, I just had to go through this whole ordeal. My internet wasn't working. It was just absolutely a lot. But at any rate, we are going to discuss what's going on with these different packages. Hopefully, my phone is going to cooperate right now. Come on, I don't want no Zales jewelry. Okay, yes, so it is cooperating now that I've gotten everything up. So there are two different packages I believe I mentioned to you guys yesterday that they are currently working on. One of them is actually the budget. So it says Democrats have released a 3.5 trillion budget resolution. So I wanted to go over a little bit of that. Even if it's not giving us direct stimulus, I do think that it is important to know what's going on, where this money is going, because sometimes in certain situations, with money coming to the state and local governments, that could mean an expansion on certain benefits just as a whole. So it says the budget resolution has a price tag of 3.5 trillion and includes a series of tax increases and other offsets to help finance the sweeping plan. Though the majority of the legislation implementing the plan needs to be written, as a dozen committees have instructions to start drafting the legislation. So they're in the process of actually putting it down on paper, okay? It has to be written down on paper, I believe, and it has to be on paper for a certain amount of time. I think that's what I've seen with previous pieces of legislation that they've tried to pass. It says passing the budget resolution is just the first step. Then it becomes the job of the committees to write the reconciliation bill. The budget resolution provides the target date of September 15th for committees to submit their reconciliation legislation. It says we will work towards this goal and meet as a caucus during the week of the 15th to review the bill. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer wrote in a Dear Colleague letter on Monday morning, so yesterday. Says the resolution notably does not include lifting the nation's borrowing limit, which would mean increasing the debt ceiling separately and would require Republicans' votes to break the filibuster, something GOP leaders, including Senate Minority Leaders Mitch McConnell, Stingy Mitch, have warned they will not do. So that particular aspect of the bill, he's not for it. Now, I don't think that it's in this one from what they're saying, but they would need Republican votes on this, and he's already saying, nope, you're not going to get them, okay? Schumer sent the text of the budget resolution in his letter on Monday morning to members of his caucus to help them prepare for consideration of the budget resolution on the Senate floor and the writing of the reconciliation bill this summer. The budget resolution summary lays out Democrats' plan to invest in four major buckets, okay? Families, climate, healthcare, and infrastructure and jobs, all right? So I'm assuming that 1.5 or 1.2 trillion dollar package is also a part of this. So the 3.5 is everything as a whole, and then the 1.2 trillion dollars is just for the infrastructure, okay? He goes on to say, by making education, healthcare, childcare, and housing more affordable, we can give tens of millions of families a leg up. By making further investments in infrastructure, we can create tens of thousands of good-paying jobs. And by finally tackling climate change, we can spare our country and our planet the most devastating effects of global warming. This is all coming from a letter that Schumer wrote to his colleagues yesterday, okay? Schumer also added this legislation will provide the largest tax cut for American families in a generation while making the wealthy pay their fair share. I like that. I know there's a lot of rich people who are definitely not feeling this, who are against it. They don't want to pay taxes. But I do feel like, and because I'm in the process of becoming a business owner myself, I do understand there are so many things that you can write off. Now, I'm not a CPA. You guys know I say that all the time. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not even pretending to be any of that stuff, you guys. I am an American citizen who is just doing her fair share of research most of the time as it pertains to me. So back to what I was saying, me being an entrepreneur on the rise, I am learning that when you do get a business and when you do get certain paperwork and things in order, there's a lot of things that can be deducted even when it comes to taxes, okay? So you end up not paying money. I've seen people tell me that they've made maybe $50,000 as a barber or a person that does nails or whatever, and they don't pay a lot of taxes on that. And that's not considered wealthy, but just to give you guys who may not know, I know there's a lot of you who probably already knew this. This is nothing new to you, but a lot of this is definitely new to me, okay? At any rate, it says In all phases, we will concentrate on communities that have too often been neglected, including the communities of color and Native Americans. I like that as well. This comes as Senate cleared the last procedural hurdle before final passage of the bipartisan infrastructure package, which immediately after Schumer has said the Senate will turn to take up Democrats' budget resolution with reconciliation instructions. All right, so that is it for that. Now, let's see what the Democrats are talking about. Because I did see that the $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure package had also passed. So it says the Senate voted 69-30 on Tuesday, which is today. They were scheduled to vote today. They were supposed to have gotten it done, I think, by 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, it says the Senate voted 69-30 on Tuesday to pass the $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure package, handing a major victory to President Biden and a group of senators that spent months negotiating on the agreement. So why this matters, and it goes in to explain, despite the bill's success in the Senate, it faces an uphill battle in the House where members were largely left out of the negotiation process. With the large margin of the votes for the bill, 19 Senate Republicans voted in favor, including Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. Okay, stingy Mitch, all right. The Grinch is I don't know, maybe we'll see. I don't think he's gonna make a full recovery from that cold heart, but it looks like he's trying to make a difference. However, we all know why. It said could make it harder, including Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, could make it harder for the House progressives to dismiss outright. Okay. That's a good thing. It says what they're saying. Vice President Kamala Harris, who presided over the vote in the Senate, told reporters it's a good day. It's a very good day. Independents, Democrats, Republicans coming together, understanding that we can work together in the best interest of all the American people. Okay, so there's obviously going to be a heck of a lot more negotiations and conversations about this. They're talking about, let me see here, several Republicans, including Senate Minority Whip John Thune, voted no, citing the Congressional Budget Office score, which stated the bill would add $256 billion to projected deficit. So he's worried about the debt. Okay, we all should be worried about the debt. So I do get that. Others like Senator Rick Scott, I think he is a representative of Florida, and outside conservative groups like Heritage Action are criticizing the bipartisan bill as paving the way for Democrats' $3.5 trillion reconciliation bill. And then it goes on to give more information about different representatives. We have some words here from the representative of Texas. It says the bill will cost $1 trillion over the next 8 years. So this is not something that's going to add to the deficit right away, like immediately today. It's going to add on to that over the next 8 years. It says, and it offers more than $550 billion in new spending, including, now here we go, $110 billion in new funds for roads, bridges, and major projects. $40 billion in new funding for bridge repair, replacement, and rehabilitation, and $17.5 billion is for major projects. What those major projects are, I don't know. $73 billion for the country's electric grid and power structures. $66 billion for all rail services. $65 billion for broadband. $55 billion for water infrastructure, which is something that we need. If you're in California, if you guys have been following the story, they are still fearful of a drought. There's something going on with the water supply here. I'm not exactly sure what it was. I'm going to do a little bit of research on it because I do think that that's something that we need to be mindful of. I've also been seeing a lot of signs driving around in my community when I move from city to city where it's letting you know outright that you can't use this water to drink because of whatever may be contaminating the water. So I am going to look into that because, again, I do think that that's important. Okay, $21 billion in environmental remediation, $47 billion for flooding and coastal resiliency, $39 billion to modernize transit. This is the largest federal investment in public transportation. It says public transit, but they're talking about public transportation in the history, according to the White House. $25 billion for airports, $17 billion in port infrastructure, $11 billion in transportation safety programs, $7.5 billion for electric vehicles and EV charging, $2.5 billion in zero emission buses, $2.5 billion in low emission buses, and $2.5 billion for ferries. Okay, I don't know if there's any ferries out here anywhere. I'm not exactly sure if there are going to be any major updates to public transportation. I know in certain cities, I was seeing where they, specifically in Los Angeles, among one of the very popular cities out here, Crenshaw, they were building some type of structure that suggests there's going to be an underground train. I don't know if that thing is up and running as of yet, but kind of anxious to see where they're going with it. It says the bill would include language regarding enforcement of unemployment insurance fraud. The measure will add $256 billion again in projected deficits over 8 years, according to the Congressional Budget Office. Okay, so what's next from this point? The Senate will now immediately move to consider Democrats' $3.5 trillion budget resolution, which contains many of the remaining social pending and climate priorities in Biden's agenda. Okay, so there's basically a lot more conversations that need to be had. As you can see, though, there is nothing in there that I have seen that suggests there's going to be a fourth stimulus check. And I'm telling you guys this because there's a lot of you guys who keep asking me about stimulus checks. I don't know if they're going to change their mind in the future. I know that we would all love for them to do a fourth stimulus check, but I think right now, I don't think that that's going to happen. Things would have to get pretty bad with the pandemic. Things would have to be so bad that they have no choice but to shut down all over again before they start deciding whether or not to dish out some more money. And even then, I feel like they will probably seek to do something else before giving out additional money. So I just don't want anybody to get their hopes up. My hopes are certainly not up. You guys may want to consider looking into state stimulus for your individual states. I know that some states are giving out retention bonuses to teachers, healthcare workers, and things of that nature to range from $500 to $1,000. It's not every state, but some states are implementing some type of bonus to their constituents to help them out, to show appreciation for their job or whatever the case may be. I know in California, they just recently expanded on the Golden State Stimulus, which gave out $600 not too long ago. It was the Golden State Stimulus 1. It only gave you $600, but you had to be below $30,000 as a income cap, and you had to have qualified for a California Earned Income Tax Credit on your recent tax return. Okay, now they just recently expanded on it, and you can make up to $75,000 as the income cap. You still have to qualify for the California Earned Income Tax Credit. There were some other eligibility criteria that I can't quite remember. I know it had to do with immigration status and things of that nature, but they expanded it to more of the middle class realm of California. And they're also going to be giving $500 if you have dependents. And again, that's not $500 per dependent. It's just $500. So if you already got the first $600, you won't be getting another one. But if you have children, then you'll most likely be getting the $500, which will not start to go out until next month, which is September. Okay, so I just wanted to update you guys on what's going on with that. Yeah, I think that's it for the bill, just to keep you guys in the know of what's going on with that. Now, as always, you guys, I'm going to let you guys know what's going on with emergency SNAP maximum benefits for the month of August. Let me just check here. I wanted to see if there's any questions that I may be able to answer for you guys. Now they're going to pay people. I don't see any questions as I'm scrolling through the top people out here. Okay. So list for SNAP benefits. It was always given with my regular amount, but I had checked. Okay, hold on. So it looked like something's here. It says, hi, Tay, sorry to bother you. First, you're not bothering me, honey. Nobody's bothering me. When you put your questions down here, it doesn't bother me. That's what I'm here for, is to try to provide information. This is my way of trying to provide some type of resources to people who don't have access, because I know for seasoned seniors, is what I'm trying to say. My elderly, you know, I've worked with the elderly for a very long time in convalescent homes and things of that nature. And for the most part, they're still old school. They're not up to date with technology and things of that nature. And even some of us younger generational folks have some difficulty with technology. And so we don't always have the ability to find this information for ourselves. So don't ever think that you guys are bothering me if you are asking me a question, okay? But anyways, it says, we saw that Oklahoma was on top of the list for SNAP benefits. It always was given with my regular amount, but I hadn't checked and it wasn't. It was just what I was getting before max amount. And then you go on to say, should you call DHS? Maybe you misunderstood. Let me see here if you guys are on here. I do remember seeing you on here. I do see Oklahoma, it says that those benefits will be given out between the 10th and the 15th of August, okay? The 10th and the 15th. So today is what, the 11th? So basically this week it should have started, extra maximum allotment should have started to go out as of yesterday, and it will continue all the way until the 15th. I don't have in terms of regular schedule, but I do want to go over emergency SNAP maximum benefits for the month of August. So as always, you guys, I'm going to actually turn the screen around for you guys today, so that way you guys can come to the video and you can look and see. This is current as of today, July the 10th. So let me flip the camera around really quick, and I'm going to give you the payout dates too. Okay, you guys, as you can see, I am on the website for emergency SNAP allotments for the month of August. This is the United States Department of Agriculture website. And here we are. I just refreshed my screen, so this is current as of today, which is July the 10th. I don't know why I keep saying July the 10th. August the 10th, you guys. Here it is. I want to let you guys take a look at this. You can see if your name is on here. As you can see, nothing has been approved yet for September. That probably won't start to happen until we get a little bit closer to the middle, maybe even the end of August before that happens. But I will always monitor it and keep an eye on it. Okay, so let's jump right in here. For Alabama, we have August the 31st as a deposit date, but it won't be available for use until September the 1st. Arizona, you should have gotten your benefits August the 1st through the 3rd. Colorado, I have August the 2nd through the 6th. Connecticut, I have August the 17th, and then all Fridays until all of the August apps are complete. Delaware, I have August the 25th. DC, I don't have a date, but I do have that it's approved. As you can see, you guys are on the website. I'm going to click on it just to see if any of that information has changed. Last time it was just a letter that didn't really provide me any information. Yeah, see, this is the same letter that was on here, which is talking about this being the phase out month for you guys. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this paragraph right here is what I was talking about. It says, in accordance with the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA Food and Nutrition Service, FNS, April 1st, 2020, memorandum on the issuance of additional months of emergency allotments. Let's skip down here. Economic Security Administration is submitting the attached EA request to issue allotments to eligible SNAP households for the month of August 2021 as our phase-out month. If the district does not have an active emergency declaration or the district's current public health emergency is not renewed after July 25th, 2021. So even though you guys were approved, as you can see here, you have to have a active emergency declaration in place, and that's all. It doesn't give any extra information. It doesn't give you a payout date or nothing, but they're on the list. So okay, now where was I? Georgia, I have August the 25th, 27th, 29th, and 31st. Hawaii, I have September the 13th. Guam, I have August the 20th. Indiana, I have August the 5th through the 23rd, odd days only staggered. Illinois, I have August the 20th through the 28th, and then September 1st for a catch-up. Iowa, I have August the 1st through the 10th. Kansas, I don't have on my document, so let's look at Kansas. Here we go. All right, Kansas is right here. August emergency allotment issuance days will be September the 15th through the 24th, okay? September 15th through the 24th. Okay, Kentucky, I have August the 2nd through the 19th. Louisiana, I have August 6th, 13th, 20th, and 27th. Maine, I have August the 10th, so you should have gotten it yesterday. Maryland, I have all month long. Michigan, I have August 17th through the 26th. Mississippi, I have August the 3rd. Missouri, I have all month long, and the new apps will be provided these benefits 3 days after approval. New Hampshire, I have August the 5th, 24th, September the 5th, the 20th, and then October the 5th. New Jersey, I have August the 1st through the 5th. New Mexico, I have all month long. I don't see New York on here. North Carolina, I have August the 22nd through the 31st. Ohio, August the 26th, and the new apps will be given these benefits the day after approval. Oklahoma, like I said, I have August the 10th through the 15th. So sometime this week, you should be receiving those extra maximum allotments. Oregon, I have August the 10th or the 11th, the 30th or the 31st, or September 1st or the 2nd, okay? Pennsylvania, I have August the 17th through the 21st, the 24th through the 28th, and then a final run on October the 8th. Rhode Island, I have August the 3rd. South Carolina, it was August the 2nd. Tennessee, I have August the 1st through the 20th. June 1st, I don't know. I'm going to leave that out, but it says something here about a transition on June 1st. But just know that for Tennessee, it's August the 1st through the 20th, okay? Texas, I have August the 9th through the 13th, so sometime this week. Utah, I have August the 29th. Vermont, I have September the 15th. Virginia, I have August the 16th. Washington, regular issuance. West Virginia, August the 4th, and then a final run on September the 8th. Wisconsin, I have August the 28th, and then a final run October the 16th. And then as always, Wyoming is August the 2nd through the 5th by the first initial of your last name. And then new apps will be provided these benefits the day after approval, okay? Now, really quickly, you guys, I'm not going to go over pandemic EBT in terms of payout information in this video because it's already pretty long, but I am going to show you guys what's going on that front. Okay, so as you can see here, let me just show you. This was updated as of August the 9th, which was yesterday. So we're going to scroll down. This is not the United States Department of Agriculture website, just so you guys know. We're going to scroll up here just to see if there's anything else that has been added. Okay, so this is pandemic EBT. As you can see here, is separated by columns. This is the 2020-2021 school year. That's the school year that has already ended that people are still receiving benefits for. This is the column for summer 2021. So these are all the states going down in this very last row for summer benefits for pandemic EBT. So I'll kind of scroll up slow just to give you guys an opportunity to see. Your states are over here on the left side. Okay. And remember that this is for the school year and this is for the summertime. Okay. All right. All right, you guys. Okay, you guys, so as always, I hope that information was in some way helpful or useful to you. I know you guys are probably dying to get the information for pandemic EBT. I am going to go over some of that most likely tomorrow. It's just a really long list. If you guys have been following me for a while, when I did the pandemic EBT for the school year, that video was like, I don't know, I want to say 30 minutes long because I had to go through and read and I printed everything out. So I think I'm most likely going to do the same thing again, print everything out for summer pandemic EBT just so that I can read it in a video and you guys can just have that video for reference. I already did one for pandemic EBT regarding the school year. So there is a video out on that. It should say nothing else, no other topics, just pandemic EBT for 2020-2021 school year. I'm going to do another video just the same for pandemic EBT for the summertime, going over the information that is current as of that day that I printed out. Okay, so stay tuned for that video. Not a quick story time, but just something I wanted to share with you guys. Okay, so I told you guys yesterday that I have been on this new makeup thing. Okay, trying to embrace a little bit more of that feminine side that I have to myself. But anyways, if you guys only knew how much money I spent on makeup, oh my God, I never knew makeup was that expensive. Now I do know that they have makeup at like pharmacies, CVS, Walgreens, like that, you know, certain stuff that you can get that is okay. And I have seen some professional makeup artists use some of those. There's actually quite a bit of videos on YouTube that I've been watching lately of people who have videos specifically dedicated for those who are working on purchasing makeup at a budget. So I was thinking about really incorporating that. Like I said, you guys, it's most likely only going to be 1 or 2 videos a month of me basically going over my BoxyCharm subscription, because that's what it is. It is a makeup subscription that I just recently subscribed to. I haven't received the box yet. Everything else that I have literally purchased. When I tell you guys I went to Sephora, I want to say I went to Sephora probably 5 or 6 times within the last 2.5 weeks. And I went to Ulta Beauty twice. I just came back from Ulta Beauty today and spent a heck of a lot more money. So on that note, you guys, I just wanted to share that with you guys just to let you know. I do want to keep this channel pretty consistent talking about resources, but I also have to be honest with you guys and let you know stimulus and all that stuff is not going to be around forever. And so when that happens, the channel is probably most likely going to change its direction a little bit, not too much. I'm still going to be talking about resources, but it probably is going to go into more of state and local resources, as well as maybe how to help you guys shop on a budget, you know what I mean, things of that nature, because I'm really good with that. I mean, my dad used to give me $20 as a teenager, and I would have to budget that for a whole month. Okay, granted, $20 doesn't get me nowhere near as much as it got me when I was a teenager, but still, I think that these are still some skills that people, especially the younger generation, could definitely benefit from. But on that note, you guys, I'm going to say, as always, remember to live, love, and elevate. Stay cool, stay hydrated, be safe, y'all. Remember to social distance, and yeah, don't forget to drop any questions or comments down below. I really do appreciate you guys, and I will most definitely see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.